When the opportunity arose to visit the place where both my current and previous cars were born, I couldn't resist. Getting to drive their new big brother would be an added bonus. This is Oxford, England, home of the Mini and the location for the launch of the all-new 5-door hatch. On arrival, we were greeted by the newcomer with its familiar big grin. It's only from the side that you really notice the difference to the body shape, and I have to admit, I wasn't initially sold.
Obviously, the difference between the Mini 3-door version and the Mini 5-door version is quite small, because we wanted to keep all the good aspects of the Mini 3-door version and the new generation Mini with all new technology and expand the functionality of the car and also offer more roominess.
On one hand, our customers were telling us for many years, I love my Mini, but I would like to have a little bit more space, a little bit more practicality. And the second reason is that the segment of 5-door cars is double the size than the 3-door cars, so it was a natural decision for us to go into this direction.
The new model sits on a longer wheelbase. In fact, it's the same platform as the BMW 2 Series Active Tourer, and all the extra 7 centimeters go to the legroom in the back. There are now 5 proper seats in the Mini and 6 centimeters more elbow room. Although there is certainly more space, getting in is a bit of a squeeze as both doors are now smaller.
We expanded the whole length up to or by 16 centimeters and this means that we also could increase the trunk volume of the car by 67 liters up to 278 liters, which is a significant increase.
I still can't get my head around the idea of a 5-door Mini, I must be honest. Yes, it looks good, but it is getting considerably bigger, this car, growing. You take it from a long way back with the original Isogonis design, I mean, you're now looking at almost a metre longer. So is it still a Mini? Yes, I suppose it is.
The Mini has grown in proportions and I thought it was going to be as big as a Golf. I don't think it's quite as big yet, and certainly not inside. But the 2 back doors certainly add a little bit of practicality and so on.
So how does this extra length, width, height and extra kilos affect the famed Mini agility? Very little, in fact. Testing the Cooper S available to us on the launch, we had massive smiles on our faces as we charged through Oxford's country roads. The 2-litre twin-power turbo pumps out 141 kilowatts and 280 newton meters, so exactly the same as the 3-door model launched earlier this year.
The drive was good. Not too much difference between this car and the 3-door. Obviously with a slightly longer wheelbase, it irons out the ride a bit because the 3-door can be a little bit choppy at times.
There's still some things that are fun, that the exhaust crackles and pops on if you drive it hard enough. But overall, I do think that it is a more of a grown-up drive, and it has probably sacrificed a bit of the ultimate excitement.
It's a great car, drives well. What I did find, and I wasn't the only one, that apparently, when you go into the sport mode on these cars, that actually found that a little bit of the edginess had gone, but still dynamically very capable.
Everything else is pretty much as you find it in the new 3-door hatch that Marius drove earlier this year, and we suspect the next model to be updated will be the Clubman. Along with this trio, Mini now offers 5 other body styles to cater to all sorts of Mini appetites. While Countryman and Paceman are made in Austria, the rest are built right here in Oxford, at a plant that dates back more than a century. It's always fascinating to tour the factories, but this one in particular was special for me, as Mini does have a place in my heart. It's a brand whose tenacity extends far beyond the road.
First of all, the iconic design and the iconic heritage of the car. That's something we want to preserve without end. Having this go-kart feeling, driving excitement, that's something we will never give up. And we also want to be special. We want to have some USPs, for example, think of the split doors of the Clubman, think of our LED iconic central instrument now. We want to surprise customers and we want to have something special. And we like the idea of a Mini being a family member living in the garage. So I think that describes it quite well.
So how much will this new addition to the family cost when it lands here in November? Mini 5-door will have a starting price of 305,000 Rand, rising to 388 for the Cooper S Auto. Even for an ardent Mini fan like me, it's quite an ask.
It's a lot of money, and I think, yes, it will sell. It's a niche car, but it is a BMW Mini. But I think there's an awful lot of other cars fitting into that budget will do the same job, even that little bit bigger. Not much, but I think competitive edge could go to a lot of opposition vehicles.
Yeah, I don't think the price is much of an issue.
It is going to face some very tough competition now that it's sprouted an extra pair of doors. Obviously, you look at people who were originally looking at Golf, looking for something with a bit more character. They could well be looking at this.
I'm sure it will do well, you know, for families that have grown up or need another 2 doors, but they don't want to let go of the Mini brand. I'm sure they'll find a market for it.
I think it's grown up. I think it's actually become a car now which would be very suitable for a family, to be a young family. So all in all, yes, a good product, and it's sure to be another winner for Mini. Have they ever gone wrong yet?